Now you won't always be able to get it up. Oh god, I need a script. And recorded a video for YouTube. The most frustrating part about wearing faux locks
is the takedown.
Today, I am back with the second YouTube video of my channel ever. I know I'm long overdue, but I'm back and I'm ready for more content. I'm going to be showing you a tutorial of how I take down faux locks. So before I get into the tutorial, I wanted to really quickly talk to you about what I think you should know about faux locks before you actually book them. And it's gonna come in a list of pros and a list of cons. So the first thing I would say is just be ready for tons of compliments because locks look good on everyone. The second pro is that this is considered a protective hairstyle. Whether you're natural or relaxed or transitioning, it's something that you can do to your hair to put your hair away and give it a break from daily manipulation. With your hair safely braided and wrapped inside of the lock, it's protected against the elements. Which brings me to pro number 3, which is one of my favorites because I'm lazy and I ain't got time to be doing my hair every day. This style is very, very long lasting. And it saves you the drama of having to twist your hair up at night and then unbraid it and unwrap it, or put your Bantu knots in the night before and you wake up and it's not dry. And later, for all of that, get you some faux locks. You should be straight for at least 3 months. Pro number 4, maintenance is super low. You almost have no maintenance when you wear locks. Now, I did say almost. It's definitely your job to make sure that you moisturize your scalp. So what I take is a spray bottle. I don't think I have one out here. Just a spray bottle, and you can just fill it up with water unless you have your favorite braid spray or maybe a leave-in conditioner or detangler or something like that, and just mist your hair every day that you have it in those locks. You don't want it soaking wet, like it shouldn't be drenched, but just mist it, make it damp, just so that your hair can suck up a little bit of moisture. So it's one of those like really forgiving hairstyles in terms of adding moisture to your hair. Touch-ups also are very low maintenance, they're quick. Pro number 6 or 5, maybe 7. I don't know, I'm losing track of what pro I'm on. Pro number, whatever this is that these are great for an active lifestyle. But more specifically, I meant if you work out, if you sweat a lot, something where you tend to sweat and your scalp and other hairstyles don't really last as long because of the moisture, faux locks might be your saving grace. It really, really, really lowers the amount of maintenance that you have to do to your hair after a workout session.
For the cons,
I really only have 2 because I cannot stress to you how much of a fan I am of locks. Faux locks, real locks, lock extensions, crochet locks, whatever. Number 1, they can be expensive.
they can be very expensive. They can be super expensive.
Especially if you're getting human hair, which runs anywhere from, I would say, around $100 to $500 to $600, depending on what hair, what the texture is, how long it is, how much of it you have to use. And on the higher end, I'm seeing lock extensions go up $4,000 or $5,000. Then when we start throwing in small locks, because the smaller they are, the longer they take to do. Then we start to factor in length, because if you want the booty length, again, that takes them longer to do. So they can be pretty expensive. It just depends on what kind of locks you're getting. Con number 2 is taking down faux locks. It can be very difficult. If you're unfamiliar with how to take the locks out, it can take you a really long time. Now, before we hop into this tutorial, plan ahead, plan ahead, plan ahead. Make sure you set aside the time to take your locks out. I suggest you grab snacks, pick a Netflix TV show or your favorite series to binge watch. Just be patient. It's a process. You're not gonna get your locks out overnight. Maybe you can. I do know some clients who have gotten their locks out in 4 hours and I'm like, how? How did you do that? What I don't want you to do is rush through the takedown process, because if you do that, you could do more damage than good. If you're a beginner, you definitely want to ask someone who's more experienced for help. But if you can't find anyone to help you, make sure that you give yourself time. It takes me the entire weekend to take out a full set of locks, especially if I've had them in around the 2 to 3 month mark. Start in the middle so that if you do have to stop, you at least have the perimeter done and you look decent. Ask your stylist if they do takedowns, and they'll let you know whether or not you can go back in and they can assist you with the process. The next thing is that you need the proper equipment. The first thing I think that you should have is a spray bottle, because you want to have water in it. Sometimes it does help to use a little of the cheap conditioners that maybe you find at the dollar store or something like that. It's like a canister. It has like a spout on it. Applicator bottle, that's what it's called. I should have known that, and I don't call it an applicator bottle, but it is. 1 part cheap conditioner. Don't buy expensive conditioner because it's not necessary for this part. And then you can do 5 parts water, and you want to shake it up. And what this is going to do is just moisturize your hair and make the takedown process easier. You're going to need a metal tip comb or a plastic tip comb, as long as it's like a rat tail comb and it has like a pointy end that you can use to stick in the braids or in the locks and kind of like wiggle through. That will work. Gonna need some hair clips. You're definitely gonna want to have some towels. You want to put something around your neck and possibly something on the floor. And do not use a rat tail comb or a thin tooth comb to detangle your hair when you take your locks out. Just don't do it. You want to work with wet hair. Wet hair is a lot more pliable in its natural form. If you are relaxed, then you definitely don't want to work with wet hair. If you have naturally textured hair, naturally curly hair, when your hair is wet, it has more elasticity, it has more stretch, so it's less prone to breakage and snapping like it does when your hair is dry. What I personally prefer is aloe vera gel. I like the actual plant, the leaf, cutlet, slice it in half.
What I personally prefer is aloe vera gel. I like the actual plant, the leaf, cutlet, slice it in half, take the inner
fillet out and juice it. Or you can, some people scrape it out. I mean, however you extract aloe vera gel from an aloe plant, it's natural. It moisturizes your hair like no other, and it creates such a slip on the strands that it makes it really easy to detangle the braids and to detangle your own strands as you go through those locks and remove them. If you can't find aloe vera gel and you don't know how to make it yourself, you can still continue to use the mixture of water and cheap conditioner. To help you understand what I mean about your hair being more prone to breakage when it's dry, think of your hair as a plant. You have the roots, you have the soil, then you have the leaves and the foliage that grows out. So think of a tree. When the leaf falls off of a tree, it's green and it's spongy and it's bouncy and it's wiggly and it's bendy, and it just goes back to its original shape. But after a couple of days, that leaf dries out and it turns brown and it has no moisture in it. And just the slightest touch can make it crumble. Your hair is like that dry leaf unless you moisturize it first. You want to work with wet hair. So think of your hair as leaves or plants. They need moisture, and when they don't have moisture, they get dry and they break. So without further ado, here's a tutorial, and I hope that it helps you all have a much easier time understanding how your locks work and how to take them out. So that's it. Go watch the video.